Hey everyone, so as you're all aware, well, this video is going to help a lot. Let me say right now, if you need to know about the candidacy for all the parties across this country, what's going on out there, obviously you're not going to get that kind of information properly articulated to you by anyone in the established media. But you can get it right here from me. Because I weed through all the crap that they try to spew and give you some real results and some real facts and figures to help clarify your mind in terms of what or how this political process is playing out and where each party is at currently. And in this article is going to help clarify the failures of some of these established parties in this country, especially those who represent the left side of the political spectrum, namely the Liberals and the NDP. They're not doing so well, or not even close in comparison to the People's Party of Canada or even the Conservative Party of Canada in terms of the nomination process. And it's not just the numbers per se. Based on this article, it's also where and in what ridings these establishment parties lack any representation or any voice. Headline out of CBC News, Politics, Analysis, Liberals NDP missing incumbents where they need them most. Both parties lack familiar faces in seats that could be up for grabs. This being reported by Eric Grenier, August 31st, 2019. Losing an incumbent MP hurts an election campaign, but losing some incumbents hurts more than losing others. That's something the Liberals and New Democrats could discover to their sorrow in October. The Liberal roster is heading toward the fall vote in relatively good shape, with a smaller share of the party's caucus not running for re-election than is usually the case for a majority government, even a first-termer. Relatively speaking, the Conservatives and NDP have lost much bigger chunks of their team than the Liberals have. But the Conservative vacancies are mostly in ridings where the party is all but guaranteed to win. For the Liberals, nearly half of the vacancies are in ridings the party could struggle to hold with new names on the ballot. For the New Democrats, it's even worse. Almost all of their vacancies are in ridings where the NDP can expect a difficult fight. So anyways, as you've seen, I'll place a link to this article in the description of the video below, because like I say, the main headline is, the Liberals and the NDP are not doing so well. That left side, they're still scrambling and trying to make up an actual full slate of candidates to fill all 338 ridings in this country. And it's not just the numbers, like I say, it's also where that's taking place and where they have a loss of incumbents or candidates in some of those ridings that truly are up for grabs, which is a great thing for the People's Party of Canada, I'll add. But as you see, even when they're trying to tell you a story that should ultimately be proven negative for the Liberal Party in this country, right, that come to the form majority government under such a popular mandate, and look at how far they've fallen. But that's not how this CBC contributor is going to paint out. They basically still trying to look relatively good shape, still trying to put some positive spin on the Liberals. And why? Because, like I say, they know who butters the bread.
About liberal bias in the media these days, how they're constantly letting our government off the hook for no good reason. Frankly, I think that's insulting. It's clear that they let us off the hook for a very good reason, because we paid them $600 million. You don't get stellar headlines like these without greasing the wheels a bit.
Anyways, on to the next article that'll help further explain just how bad the left is doing in this country. This is another CBC News article under the politics section. NDP leader Jagmeet Singh not concerned about holes in candidate nominations. The party has yet to nominate candidates for about half of the country's 338 federal ridings. This is posted August 31st, 2019. NDP leader Jagmeet Singh says he's not worried about his party's difficulties filling their remaining candidate vacancies before Election Day. The party leader spoke to reporters Friday night at an event where he was formally confirmed as the candidate for Burnaby South in British Columbia. Less than 2 months out from the federal vote, the NDP have nominated barely half of their candidates for the 338 federal ridings. No, not concerned about it, Singh said at the event on Friday night, though he added he does feel some pressure to fill the remaining 163 vacancies. So that means the NDP has only nominated 175 out of the 338 this close to the elections. That seems like a big old fail as far as I'm concerned, right? I'll mention, it's not like the other federal parties that are on the left side of that political spectrum are faring much better. And we'll get to those numbers a little further down. Actually, why don't I just do that now and skip past this article? Because, yeah, it seems kind of boring in nature. It's all about just political posturing and the response from Jagmeet Singh to the fact that his party is failing miserably. So, whole lot of political spin on there. So let's just skip down past that. Because once again, I think I mentioned in a prior video, but I found this hilarious, well, disturbing, yet hilarious at the same time, by sheer fact that the media is so willing to do stuff like this. And they don't seem to acknowledge that, yeah, the Canadian people aren't that dumb. They're not foolish, they're not naive. Or at least not to the point that the hacks in the establishment media suggest. Canadians, I know economic illiteracy is somewhat prevalent in this country, but yeah, basic math, addition, or knowing what numbers are higher or lower than others, even if they are 3 digits, I think most Canadians can figure that stuff out. And when they read stuff such as this, I'm sure they get the exact same reaction that I got. As in, who are you trying to kid or manipulate? So here it is, the very bottom, the last paragraph contained within the article. And listen to this, folks. Most of the other parties are nearing the end of the nomination process. As of Thursday, the Conservatives' website listed 325 candidates ready to campaign, while the Liberals have 265 candidates. The Greens have chosen 257 candidates so far, while the People's Party of Canada has nominated more than 300 candidates. But yet, look, 300 candidates. That's a lot higher than 257, and it's definitely higher than 265. So, once again, but yet CBC, this reporter, this media personality decided that they wanted to put the party with the second highest number of candidates already nominated at the very bottom, as if they're last. Like I say, I guess relying on those dumbed down lefties that read this, first of all, they probably expect that they'll never get that far down in the article, right? Or if they do, they'll just overlook that bit of information because they want to feel all warm and comfy because they're part of a particular tribe. Right? Like I say, folks, that's like, you cannot, listen, no matter where you lean on that political spectrum, which side or which area, like, yeah, let's at least deal with reality. Let's deal with the reflection of reality rather than being so ideologically driven that you just want to deny reality itself for the hope, in the hopes that, I don't know, what, if you just think or dream hard enough that reality will cease to exist. Not going to happen. Reality is going to unfold. And these people on the left side of the political spectrum, you're going to find out just how many Canadians are sick and tired of not just identity politics, but this top-down form of authoritarian collectivism that has been ramped up and imposed on the Canadian people and caused a whole lot of hardships to them and a whole lot of division as well. A party such as the PPC, under the leadership of Maxime Bernier, that stands firm on principles, is something that creates a sense of unity and something for us all to gather around and unite behind. Whereas identity politics and this victim culture that the left has created, that does nothing but pit us against each other and cause division among the Canadian people. Now, I don't know about you, but I choose to stand behind a principled leader and a policy platform that seeks to unite us rather than playing identity politics, claiming victim status, and using that to drive a wedge between us all. Now, I guess we'll find out how many people are on either side of that equation after October. It's Canadian Libertarian, and I love liberty.